On this week's episode of the Badger Profile Series, Asher Lowe will be interviewing Zach Hintze, number 39, the kickoff specialist for your Wisconsin Badger football team.
Here was Zach Hintze, kickoff specialist after a big win over Michigan State in conference play. And Zach, why don't you start telling us off, what has this season been like for you, undefeated, and your role with the team? Such an important role for the Badgers.
Definitely it's an important role, especially, our defense loves when we get to start at the 25 as much as we do. I've been hitting touchbacks pretty consistently. It's just great, especially today, like big plays, you get tackles that are inside the 25. Defense loves it. It's just a great way to spark the defense and going out to try to get a 3 and out. So
I asked you about this, I think, a couple weeks ago, but the defense and you have some celebrations you guys do on the sideline after those touchbacks?
Yeah, they love hyping. I love hyping them up. They love hyping me up. It's like I said before, it's just a great way to get everybody in a good mood to start off the next drive. So
Awesome. Going back in your career and talking about high school, talking about how you got here, what led you to become the kickoff specialist for this team?
I've always been known for really having a great leg. Like in high school, I used to play soccer, and it was really, I was very, very strong in that category. And then, playing football, I was just like, I might as well just try to be the kicker because, our team didn't really have one. And then finally, I'd say midway junior year, I was like, I could probably take this to the next level. So, and now I'm here, and with a few injuries, with some older guys above me, I've always been kind of, I'd say, in the dark a little bit. And then finally, I just came out, and it's you see what happens. So.
What led you to this university? Why Wisconsin? Why Madison?
Well, growing up in Wisconsin, I think it's kind of, especially if you play sports, it's the dream to play at Wisconsin of whatever sport that you play. So, I was originally applying to be just a normal student here, and then when football came to me, I was like, that's just a bonus. So,
what's the path for you after football? What does your life path hold next?
Well, right now I'm a little indecisive, but I am finishing my biology degree. I will start most likely studying for the MCAT next year, try to get into med school. And if football if there's a future in that, definitely that's where I'm going to go. So,
what do you think is going to be harder, the MCAT or being the best kickoff specialist in the nation?
Oh, right now, it's probably looking like the MCAT's going to be pretty tough. So, I just got to keep going with what I'm doing, especially on the field, and I think it's a good chance of being the best in the nation. So,
how far do you think this team can go? It's already been a special season, but how far do you see this thing going?
It really depends. We take one game at a time. You just got to beat the next team, and you don't really want to look too much into the future because, then you kind of get a little bit lost. So, we're just thinking about now beating Illinois and trying to go to the Big Ten, win the Big Ten first to go on to the next thing.
On to the next. One more question about kicking specifically. What's the biggest difference? Because sometimes I wonder this personally, just watching football. What's the biggest difference between high school kicking and college kicking? Because other positions, it's very obvious. It's just faster, the level of athletes. But kicking, it seems to fans, it remains the same. But are there big differences between kicking in high school and at the college level?
Definitely. You have to be very, very, very accurate with how you approach every kick. It has. I'd say when you're, especially a field goal kicker, that I'm not. You're expected to make kicks. It's nonetheless, but I'd say with kickoffs, it's little schools take it differently. Hang it up, directional kick, hit touchbacks. Our coach just kind of tells me like, you're on the unit enough. We trust you. Just do what you want to do. He gives me the call, and then we go with it. So.
Nice. So, last question. Moving forward this year, what is your favorite thing to do in Madison outside of football? When you're getting away from the game, what do you like to do in this town?
Well, definitely in the summer, I love to go to the Terrace. Terrace is a great place. I love the atmosphere. Great food, great beer, drinks, all that kind of stuff. Wintertime, kind of tough. It's really cold. It gets really cold here. You get those days that are about -50. It's tough to leave the house. But, I like to go skiing and snowboarding when I can, especially on days off. I plan to do that, especially in January, if the football future doesn't happen. So,
best of luck with the rest of the year. I think you might need more luck on the MCAT, though, than with the rest of your kickoffs.
Yeah, I would definitely need that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.